10 things that happen when you sit for 8 hours every day. A sedentary lifestyle actually causes a lot of serious health issues. Stick around till the end of the video because we'll give you some tips on what you can do to avoid these dangerous problems. Number 1. Spinal strain. UK scientists estimate that Brits spend over 14 hours a day in a seated position. Unfortunately, the statistics for other countries are just as grim. Dr. Galen Kranz, a professor at the University of California, Berkeley, says that sitting is an absolutely unnatural position for us and that humans are not innately meant to do so. It turns out that the human spine has an S-shaped curvature for a reason. It can withstand strain. However, while we're sitting, that S turns into a C shape. And when a person slouches, and let's be honest, most of us do, the stomach muscles become weaker and can hardly hold the body up properly without regular training. When you're sitting down, the strain is transferred to the pelvis and backbone, increasing pressure on the spinal discs. This also strains the vertebrae in your neck, which can eventually lead to decreased blood flow to the brain. As a result, a person can experience headaches and blurred vision. The spine is the framework for all the internal organs, which is why it's crucial to keep it straight without putting constant pressure on it. Number 2. The cardiovascular system. One of the most serious consequences of a desk-bound lifestyle is the risk of cardiovascular diseases, such as coronary heart disease or chronic hypertension. A life of constant sitting weakens the muscles and blood vessels, deteriorating blood circulation. A lack of physical activity is one of the main contributors to plaque buildup in the arteries. This plaque narrows the blood vessels, so they can't carry enough oxygen to the organs, including the heart. What can result is an imbalance between oxygen supply and its consumption. In other words, the heart needs more oxygen than the blood can bring. An extensive study of more than 17,000 people aged 13 and older showed that people with a sedentary lifestyle have a 54% greater risk of dying from a heart attack than those who are more active. Number 3. Varicose veins. People who spend most of their day at a desk have poor blood circulation in their legs. This can cause the development of varicose veins. While both genders can suffer from this condition, it's more common in women. This may be due to the fact that, although varicose veins are hereditary, they can also appear after sitting for long periods of time with your legs crossed. The veins get squeezed, which lead to the congestion of blood in different areas. That's why, however tempting and comfortable this position seems, don't sit with one leg crossed over the other. Poor blood circulation in the legs is also dangerous because it can lead to the development of blood clots. A clot can easily block a vital blood vessel to the heart, lungs, or brain, and that only equals bad news. Number 4. Obesity. Putting on extra weight is a common consequence of having an inactive lifestyle. When you sit for prolonged periods of time, your metabolism slows down, so your body burns fewer calories and stores the excess as fat. As soon as a person sits down, the body lowers the fat-burning process by 90%. Insulin levels fall and blood pressure increases. Over the past 50 years, a majority of jobs have changed with the times and now require more sitting. So people who sit a lot at work have no time to burn calories. At a standing job, your body burns up to 35% more calories than at a desk job. All in all, an active lifestyle is a key factor in maintaining a healthy weight. So, if you're absolutely chained to a desk at work, make a real effort to balance that out with morning or evening workout sessions. Number 5. Muscles and bones. Constant slouching, along with a lack of physical activity, can make your muscles weak and flabby. Your abs and glutes are negatively affected the most. But your muscles aren't the only thing that suffers due to an inactive lifestyle. Another scary consequence of sitting behind a desk day after day is osteoporosis. While the bones don't actually have a lot of challenge holding the body in a seated position, they can lose strength over time, becoming more porous and fragile. Number 6. The digestive system. Your pancreas is responsible for releasing the right amount of insulin necessary to turn carbohydrates into glucose. However, according to a 2011 study, inactive cells, aka those in people who don't move around much, don't consume as much insulin as the pancreas releases it at its regular speed. What this all means is that there's a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes if you don't get enough physical activity. A sedentary lifestyle can also cause other unpleasant conditions like chronic constipation or, in extreme cases, hemorrhoids. Number 7. Aging. A sedentary lifestyle has a negative impact on something called telomeres. Telomeres are sort of like little caps situated on the end of each strand of DNA. They protect our chromosomes from damage. Telomeres become increasingly shorter with age, and scientists have found that an inactive lifestyle causes telomeres to get shorter much faster, thus significantly accelerating the aging process. As comfortable as sitting might be, every hour of doing it could cost you 2 hours of your life. Number 8. Mental distress and anxiety. It's not only tight deadlines and your boss breathing down your neck at work that can stress you out. The absence of physical activity also leads to depression and anxiety. Our chairs become an island of isolation and loneliness. But there are also chemical changes happening because of this. According to research, constant sitting causes a lack of endorphins that physical activity usually boosts in your body. Try to exercise regularly. This can greatly improve your mood and relax the body. It can also help your self-esteem and self-confidence. In addition to that, physical activity increases the production of serotonin, which helps curb a hormonal imbalance that, otherwise, can lead to depression, memory problems, and lack of appetite. Number 9. Insomnia. Not getting enough movement can influence the quality of your sleep. Your body interprets constant sitting as rest, even if your mental activity is at its peak. Therefore, if you've been so-called resting all day at work, your body decides that you no longer have a need for sleep and nighttime relaxation. So go for a swim or simply have a nice walk after work. Regular exercise helps you get rid of insomnia and improves the quality of your sleep dramatically. Number 10. Performance problems. Men with an inactive lifestyle are more likely to suffer from erectile dysfunction, prostate problems, and hormonal imbalance. When a man spends hours on end in a seated position, the blood circulation in the pelvis slows down. This can eventually lead to inflammation and the development of more serious diseases. What's more, with lack of movement, fat deposits become larger, frequently resulting in a hormonal imbalance. The female hormone, estrogen, is produced in fatty tissues. This explains why men can develop potbellies that are nearly impossible to get rid of. So, what can you do? Some companies strive to motivate their workers to be more active by putting water coolers and trash cans farther away from the desks, by installing foosball or ping pong tables in the office, and by organizing hands-on meetings and trainings where employees have to move around. Scientists and doctors also have their own recommendations. Take long walks more often. Don't sit down when you're using public transport. Pay your colleague a visit instead of calling them on the phone. Have standing meetings more often, or get a standing desk. Take a walk during your lunch break or eat outside. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. Take short breaks from work to do some simple stretching. Do you have your own recommendations on how to combat a sitting lifestyle? Tell us in the comments below. Be sure to let your friends in on this important information by sharing this video with them. And don't forget to give it a like. Remember, life is better on the bright side.